Welcome to the Royal Road School of Carmelite Prayer. Teresa of Avila, in her classic Manual of Prayer, The Way of Perfection, describes in chapters 4 through 15 the foundations of prayer that she describes as charity, detachment, and humility, the three virtues of charity, detachment, and humility. Today we continue our study of the virtue of detachment. And Teresa tells us how good it is for those who have left the world to flee from relatives. Oh, if we religious could understand the harm that comes from having too much to do with relatives, how we would flee from them. I do not know what consolation they give us if we do not talk to them about God, but only about our comfort and rest. We cannot enjoy their recreations. Oh yes, we grieve over their trials. But here you are removed from that. The alms they give are given in a general way, and so you are free from trying to please them on this account. I am astonished by the harm that is caused from dealing with relatives. This practice of perfection seems to be forgotten nowadays in religious orders. I don't know what we renounce for God if we do not give up the main thing, namely our relatives. In this house, daughters, we need to recommend them to God and keep them out of our minds as much as possible, for it is natural for the will to become attached to them more than it is to others. I have been much loved by my relatives, and I do love them very much. I love them very much, but I know through experience that in time of trials, my relatives helped me the least. It was the servants of God who helped me. By relatives, now listen, I do not mean parents who seldom fail to help their children, and it is right to console them in their need. Let us not remain aloof from them if it does no harm to our religious life. This communication can be carried out with a detachment, though, and so too with brothers and sisters. If you serve His Majesty as you ought, you will not find better relatives than those He sends you. Believe that you can trust those who love you only for His sake more than you can all your relatives. You will find fathers and brothers in those about whom you had not even thought. They seek to be repaid by God, so they do for us. While those who seek to be repaid by us soon grow tired, since they see that we are poor and unable to help them in any way. It may be universally so, but the world is what it is. It's the world. All the saints counsel us about fleeing the world, and it's good. Well, believe me, our relatives are what cling to us most from the world and are the most difficult to detach ourselves from. Those who flee their own countries do well if it helps them, but I don't think it helps to flee bodily. Rather, what helps the soul is to embrace the good Jesus with determination. For in Jesus all is found and all is forgotten. It is a very great help to withdraw bodily until we know this truth. For later, the Lord may want us to have dealings with them, giving us a cross where we used to find pleasure. Amen. So today we listened to the second expose on detachment, and chapter 10 continues that saying that it's not enough to be detached from what was mentioned if we are not detached from ourselves, and how both this virtue of detachment and humility go together. I hope you're finding this study of the three virtues of the foundations of prayer, according to St. Teresa of Avila, a worthwhile endeavor, and may you and yours be blessed. Amen.